Independent all the way. And NewsMan for the state. And NewsMan all he cares. Feel the groove everywhere. College students of power. Rich voices sing out loud. You could accept the fact that the city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What it needs is Old Testament in there, real wrath of God type stuff. Fire, brimstone, the skies, rivers, seas, all human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. That's tyranny.
I'm still trying to figure it out. No, I am. This has to be the biggest conspiracy around. And as someone who's been reporting since Roswell, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. And so I have not heard anyone give me any real, absolute reason why this is. But we need to come to the conclusion of really what's going on here. The biggest conspiracy going on right now is why? Why is it that after every Valentine's Day, the morning after, it smells like fish? No, it does. I mean, everything. I mean, I go outside, it smells like fish. It's like I go to the grocery store, it smells like fish. Does everybody just have fish for breakfast? Oh, the day is that something that I'm missing? Maybe that's it. Maybe it's cuisine. Maybe it's fish cuisine. People have, I guess they can have eggs and fish for breakfast, but I didn't get the memo. All I know is that it always smells like fish everywhere you go the day after Valentine's Day. It's very, very puzzling to me. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but there has to be. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest conspiracies out there. And far be it from me to try to just let it just pass us by. I will get to the bottom of it and find out exactly why that it smells like fish the day after Valentine's Day. Speaking of which, it is the 15th day of February in the year 2025, setting the standard and raising the bar here on the only award winning radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real award winning media puppet. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning. I want to thank everyone, of course, for joining in to the show. It's been a wild, interesting week. I have some news items here in front of me. Of course, the Washington Post, where democracy dies in the darkness. Democracy, it dies in the dark. It does. At least that's what it says. But the big story here, it's coming out of the Ukraine, out of Kiev, I believe. A Russian drone hits Chernobyl. Yeah, a Russian drone hits Chernobyl. It's the Chernobyl site, but radiation is normal, Ukraine says. A drone struck an easement building that houses the destroyed reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the site of the world's worst nuclear accident, causing a fire, but not releasing any radiation. In a statement, Ukraine's nuclear regulatory, said around 1:50 a.m. Friday, a Russian unmanned aerial vehicle struck the new safe confinement structure that protects the remains of Chernobyl's exploded reactor number 4. And as of 8 a.m., there is still, local time, there are still radiation levels, they remain unchanged. Well, that's good. The drone damaged the external integrity of the structure and equipment in the crane maintenance garage. Firefighting efforts and damage assessments are still ongoing. Kremlin spokesperson said that he had no details about any incident at Chernobyl, but that any suggestions that Russia would hit a reactor at a nuclear facility are false. Well, they said it was false. So I guess if Russia says they didn't do it, they didn't do it. So, but anyways, I'm not really sure. So real quick, couple of people here want to shout him out. Sergeant Schultz, of course, here, see him per usual. Casual, I see Casual as well. Mojo, Mad Cobra, Big M, Lone Dragon, a couple of other people here joining in. We are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Facebook, YouTube, and X, and also on Instagram. So we have 4 live streams going all at one time. So 4 live streams going all at one time. And so those 4 live streams are going. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this little thing right here is a real radio broadcast microphone. So if you're not close by, or if you got to get into your car and you're like, I can't keep watching Sam. Well, you can keep listening to Sam. Keep listening to me by downloading the Live 365 app. Search WDCE. You'll be able to listen to the show in all of its glorious radio glory. Radio show first, by the way. But anyways, who else? I see Vlad. Vlad is joining us too. I see you in the chat. But it is very, very interesting. WDCE.org, WDCE.net to listen to the radio feed when you get into your car. Like I said, continue to listen to us and tell everybody that we are rocking and rolling here. So what do we have? So we have the Chernobyl incident right here, but there's that. And another thing that I saw this week came across my feed, and it was the Black Pyramid in Antarctica. So the Black Pyramid in Antarctica. Did you see that? Well, people are saying, oh my gosh, they discovered a Black Pyramid in Antarctica. Well, listen, I hate to break it to you, somebody who's had classified intel experience. I'm just going to tell you the reason why you heard about this Black Pyramid is because they finally decided that it was time to tell you. Now, they've known that it's been there the whole time. What's very interesting is they're not telling you about the other 3 that are close by. What, wait. Oh, no. I didn't. I'm sorry. I don't want the general to get mad at me. Oh, no, I guess that's still, the other ones are still classified. They are? Oh, okay. So the other ones are still classified. And, but so we're just going to show you the one right now. Okay. All right. Just making sure that I get the directives correctly. Shout out DFS as well. And of course, Mary Murr, always number 1 first, per usual. Like I said, join us in the conversation as well. If you know why the day after Valentine's Day smells like fish, let me know. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know, but if you do know, let me know in the chat. Why does the day after Valentine's Day smell like fish? So another thing that I did see was, did you hear about the gigantic snails? Yeah, gigantic snails. I had something that came across my desk earlier this week, and it was pictures. And these are medieval pictures. Have you seen these? It's the medieval pictures of people looking like they're fighting snails. So I'm really, I'm trying to, what? Oh, we do know what those are. Okay, all right. So this is interesting. So what was that again? Tartarian snails. Okay, so all right. So here's the deal. So there are a lot of pictures, if you go back, a lot of paintings of humans attacking snails. It looks like, or snails attacking humans. Well, we just found out exactly what it was. So it was a Tartarian failed genetics experiment. Right. So what they were trying to do is they were trying to use snails because of the shell as armored mounts. They're kind of like horseback, and like the orcs have the dire wolves. and everything. Did you see that video? I saw a video the other day. A dire. Ah, gosh, that thing is huge. Yeah, people say that they're not around, but they are still around. They are still around. No, but when you're sitting there, you're looking at all of this and trying to make sense of everything. It's well, I mean, think about it. If you're sitting there going to genetically modify a snail, I mean, the last thing you want it to do is to turn and attack you. I mean, nothing puts a fear more in me than a snail's tooth. Snails have teeth, right? Well, no, not the little ones, but these genetically modified mutated ones from the Tartarian genetically mutated modified snails. No, that is true. So that is something that is out there. And I'm just telling you right now, we know exactly what they are. So when you are looking at these paintings, it's very simple. I'm telling you right now. So this is fact. You can take it, to the bank. The reason why all of those snails and old pictures is because what happened is that the snails turned on their creators. So what do? They had to just wipe them all out. Wipe them out. All of them. That's right. That's what they had to do. They had to wipe them out. And well, let's just say that now all we have left are the paintings. Yeah, that's it. Another thing here is well, should we get into that? It is about that time, right? So we should get back into what we were going over last week. The Doge Tracker, the Department of Government Efficiency Live Tracker. That's right. We have 504 days until July 4th, and that is in the year 2026. Currently, right now, there's been $48.37 billion that has been saved, accounting for $322.44 per taxpayer. Now, I did some running of some numbers. Mary Murr and we were going through some numbers, and we were sitting there trying to think. Well, this was when it was like 1.9% of the goal. Now they're at 2.4% of the goal. And what I say the goal is they're going to try to get as much money back before July 4th, 2026. Now, my question is I believe they're going to cut a check to people for the savings. If that's the case, the number of the check that will be cut after July 4th in the year 2026 will be about 13 grand for every taxpayer. Yeah? No, that's the truth. About 13 grand for every taxpayer. And no, I'm not saying that's eventually going to happen. There's a lot that could go down between now and then. But I believe those were the numbers that we were going back and forth with earlier this week, trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen. So, Department of Education terminated 70 DEI training grants. That was for $373 million. 9 EPA DEI environmental justice contracts were canceled, totaling $60 million. Misplaced HUD money was recovered. $1.9 billion. What the heck are they doing? What is going on over there? Who's misplacing $1.9 billion over at HUD? Let's see here. Department of Education grants for equity assistance centers. So the Department of Education, they're going to get rid of that whole thing altogether. And then people are freaking out. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. So that's no magic money. Magic money is inflation. See, that's exactly right. It is all money magic. It goes back to Babylon. And the money magic back in Babylon. But we'll get into that another day. What else do we have? EPA Environmental Justice Grant to the Climate Justice Alliance. That was canceled. You know how much that was? Well, $50 million. $50 million. All right, what else do we got here? Department of Education's contract to coordinate Zoom and in-person meetings canceled. $4.6 million. EPA media and DEI contract cancellations, 45 million. 85 cancellations in categories including media, DEI, and consulting, 150 million. Oh, here's another good one. 89 Department of Education contracts terminated, 881 million. Fantastic. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, how about this one right over here? National Institutes of Health Research Administrative Overhead, $4 billion. I'm going to say it again. National Institute of Health Research Administrative Overhead, $4 billion. Man, it must have been nice to be at the C-suite with that crew, right? Yeah, oh man. $4 billion. We got to make sure we have $4 billion for our offices and our office parties and whatever else we do. $4 billion for administrative cost? Get out of here. New York Times subscriptions cancellation. You know how much that was? $1.6 million. Associated Press subscription cancellations, $20 million. NASA Politico subscription cancellation. Did you hear about that one? $500,000. And I'm just going through it over and over and over again. And my question to everyone out there is, why am I seeing politicians upset and saying, oh my gosh, Elon Musk is taking my money? Oh, wait a minute. He's taking the money laundering operation. He's being transparent. Now, I have no dog in the fight. And I've been telling you guys since day one, be mindful. This all might look great and fantastic, but it's that moment when all of a sudden these things get turned on to you in the future. Why? When? Well, when, I guess, the proverbial changing of the guard happens. And you just never know. You just never know. But be mindful, ladies and gentlemen. Just because I'm sitting up here and I'm giving you these numbers, I'm giving you the stats, the one thing that is really, really important to understand here is that they've been stealing tax money and you had no idea where it was going, over and over and over again. You know, they wanted to hire a bunch of people to then micromanage you and your taxes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Elon Musk stole my senator's money laundering operation system money. And then you had 14 states coming out against it as well. Oh my gosh, man. It's really, really ridiculous. And so Richmond north of Richmond. Even Taliban condoms. That's right. Taliban condoms. Nothing like a bunch of. Hey, where was your money going? It was going to condoms over for the Taliban. What? I thought they were enemies. Hey, well, better safe than sorry. Oh my gosh. Absolutely ridiculous. The spending tracker here, though. So that's what it says right now. It is $48.37 billion. Every taxpayer currently has $322.44 left in savings. And Kaz is right. You will need those for eggs. Yeah, you need it for eggs. Well, because they slaughtered all the chickens. You remember that? They slaughtered multiple chicken farms. They burned them all down. It was just a very small portion of chickens. But they decided to what? Slaughter millions of them? And now there's a raid on eggs. You can't find eggs anywhere in lots of places in the country. It's not too bad here. At least from what I remember, it's not too bad here. Eggs have been expensive, but listen, if you're going to get good eggs, they're always going to be expensive. Or you should just go start raising some chickens. So, yeah, believe the trusted liars. Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? Believe the trusted liars. Everybody in government. Like I said, I am neither red nor blue, but a healthy shade of pink. Yep, a healthy shade of pink. And I will say that my felt, I need to get my felt fluffed. Yeah, my felt fluffing. What are you laughing at? What do you mean? What are you laughing at? Felt fluffing. Yeah. So, what? Yeah. Well, no, it's a felt job. That's what it is. No, it felt. Well, it just means I'm going to eventually, get the, get things tightened up again. That's what happens. People get older and they sit there and say, hey, well, you need to, freshen things up a bit. So I get a little felt job, fluff my felt, all that jazz. You guys are still laughing back then. I don't understand what you're. Listen, did you just do what the mission is? Will you just find out why it smells like fish the day after Valentine's Day? That's really what I want to know. Of all the things that really matter right now, Big Hemisphere is he's saying a 60 pack of eggs was $11 in August. Now it's 27. Get the fudge out of here. No, it's true. It's true. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind if I woke up the next morning after Valentine's Day and it smelled like chicken. But I'm still trying to figure out. We need to figure this out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really concerned because this seems like that it could be something that could really, really, really upset uh, things moving forward if we don't ever find this out. It's like because it'll become the great news conspiracy. The great new conspiracy of why does it smell like fish the day after Valentine's Day? Well, I'll tell you what, as we continue to figure out that, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the pause button here for the video, and we'll come back in just a few moments on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. At Sam Newsman, that's where you're going to find me. But we're going to play some cartoon songs, cartoon jams. Why? Well, it's just we're about to end Saturday morning here, Saturday morning radio here. So I want to play a couple more cartoon jams before we head out. So make sure you're listening to us, the Live 365 app. Search WDCE, or if you're listening close by, it is on WDCE 90.1 FM, broadcasting out of the glorious and overcast, cold campus here at the University of Richmond. But you know what? I'm telling you what, these cartoon themes will brighten your day. So make sure you're listening to us, WDCE 90.1 FM or WDCE.net or WDCE.org. Be back in just a few moments with what we learned today, and that's one to learn with in just a few moments. Setting the standard and raising the bar here on the only award-winning radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real award-winning media puppet. Shout out to Chad, who trolls everybody like a pro. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning.